Scorpio, how are you? Happy birthday. Today is Wednesday, October 29. And I want to shout out all of the October 29th Scorpios and others. If you don't like this part, just fast forward till you see me put a card down. Also, if you wanted a shout out, put your name, put your birth date. I'm trying to shout out people whose birthdays they haven't come, or they had a birthday within a day of the next reading. So if you, for the 29th readings, I'll shout out some 28th readings. But anyway, here we go. Lina Fuentes, happy birthday. Ellen Pulido, your birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Michael York, happy birthday. Rokaya M. McGarry, your birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Christina Castle, your birthday was yesterday. Brian Rodriguez, happy future birthday. Your birthday's on the 30th. Doreen, your birthday is today. Happy birthday. Rejoice from South Africa, happy birthday. Kalisha Rust, you're a Halloween baby. Happy birthday. Real Divine Healer, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Another October Scorpio, Lisa J. Happy birthday. Halloween Scorpio. I think I said October Scorpio. Halloween Scorpio. Jess Cameron, your birthday's on the 30th. Happy birthday. Rob Bollettieri. I'm going to say that again. Rob Bollettieri. Happy birthday. Your birthday is today. Lisa, as in Scorp Gem Aries, your birthday's in November on the 5th. Happy birthday. Jessica, as in Brown, your birthday's today. Happy birthday. Susie, an 1111 baby. Happy birthday. Amber, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Ashley Harris, your birthday was yesterday, the 28th. Happy birthday. And last but not least, I am Yaya. Your birthday's coming up on the 30th. Happy birthday to all of my Scorpio boo-boos. I love you guys so much. Again, if you want a birthday shout out, just leave your name. And hopefully your birthday's in the future, right? All of you who had birthdays already in the past, if you're leaving your name and your birth date, hopefully you can find your birthday twin. All right, now that we got the birthday babies taken care of, let's see what God in the universe has for my Scorpio. Casey, I can't wait to shout your birthday out. Who else do we have? We have Daniel. Can't wait to shout his birthday out. And my future Scorpio babies. Debrina, yeah, I know your birthday's coming up. Ashley F is in Frank, but that's not her last name. Yeah, babies. Leave me your name and your birthday, and I definitely will show you some love. All right, God in the universe. Hi. All right. Please bless them. Put some beautiful energy on Scorpio's path. I love you. Amen. Oh, I saw the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Hot diggity schmiggity. All right, the Moon card. Moon is deep emotions, right? The Moon kind of almost represents pure emotions, okay? But one thing about your emotions is that they're blinding. They block your intuitive energy. If you're too deeply emotional, things become distorted. That rose-colored glasses effect. With that eight of swords there, somebody's in their head. Ew, the Empress. I'm hearing that somebody is being fed, right? It's almost like you could have had a situation. Okay. Somebody's hella suspicious. That's the best way I can put it. But I feel like the universe is saying, move on, move on, move on. I'm telling you, I spent about 10-20 minutes writing all those names down so I can shout everybody out. She was gone. Soon as I hit record, here she go with her weebly wobbly ball. I know. Okay, so you got the Moon and you ended with the Temperance. I'm hearing make sure things are crystal clear and that you don't react and respond to something where you wind up kind of doing it to yourself or hurting yourself, right? It's almost like the Seven of Swords, where he's trying to protect himself, but by protecting himself, he's absolutely threatening threatening himself or inflicting himself or subjecting himself to pain. Come on out here, King of Pentacles. There's a hidden opportunity. Somebody's trying to get down to the truth. Ooh, Ace of Cups. That's new love. Look at her. She's damn near climbing under the chaise lounge. Snowflake, I just fished the ball from up under the chaise. And then you went, you got it, and you played, and you took it back. Here, you want a cookie? All right, I gave her like 4 doggy treats. Hopefully that'll hold her over. All right, so we got the Three of Pentacles. Some of y'all need therapy. Some of y'all are chronic overthinkers, bordering on mental illness. I don't think it's, full-blown mental illness. Of course, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist. This is not a diagnosis, but some of you, your overthinking is out of control. Let me just say that. Okay. You have love returning, whether this is new love from a new person, this is new love from an old person, this is new love from a current person. The Ace of Cups to me and the Page of Cups kind of feels like, with everything that you're going through, I really do feel like the Moonology card that says bring love into the situation. Okay? I also feel like for many of you, you have an opportunity. I kind of feel like the universe is trying to guide you towards some sort of financial or romantic opportunity. You can't see it yet because of how you're feeling. Okay? And some of you are experiencing the deep feelings, the big feelings right now. You definitely have new love coming in, right? 8 of Swords with 3 of Pentacles. I kind of feel like this old thinking is not going to work well with this new love. Okay? Cutting off or ending abundance, ending nurturing, ending, that's the Divine Mother. All right, I got it. This kind of feels like a stubborn Scorpio. Okay? When I say a stubborn Scorpio, the universe could be like black. This stubborn Scorpio will be like red. And the universe will be like, no, black. Scorpio will be like, no, red. Right? Ruby red or candy apple red or rose red, right? Like, it kind of feels like someone is standing on business, but there's no business to be found, right? The business is like a napkin. Somebody is being incredibly resistant, and I wish I could say they were rejecting love, they were rejecting opportunity, they were rejecting, friends, family, tribe, right? Someone is heavily resistant. Heavy resistance is stubbornness. Angels are saying, but in due time, they'll lighten up. So Scorpio, I don't know who you're dealing with. It feels like a Taurus or someone with Taurus in their chart, right? Who is the High Priestess for me? Pisces and Cancer. It's really Cancer. It almost feels like someone is rejecting love until they learn the truth. But I have the King of Pentacles on the table, and the King of Pentacles is the most honest king, right? The King of Pentacles has a shit ton of integrity, right? He's honest, trustworthy, he's stable, he's secure. It almost feels like someone's searching for the truth. Maybe, how do you feel? Where do you see this going? Are you going to take the job? Are you going to stay with the company? Or are you going to leave? And I kind of feel like you've been telling them the truth, but they just don't believe it. That Moon card, their emotions. And typically, and I hope you hear this, I don't care who's listening to this reading, when your emotions are activated, your mind is going to lie to you, right? If your emotions are like, well, I don't know if she really loves me, your mind is going to be like, she don't. Right? Because here's the thing. You're in a hurtful state, and the mind is interested in filling in blanks. The mind doesn't like gaps in information. So the mind is going to fill in a blank regardless if it's the truth or not. right? And I feel like some of you are trying to wrap your head around the truth. I don't get it. I don't get it. You got the Seven of Wands here with the High Priestess. That's dumb as fuck. Because it's almost like you're swimming upstream. Your intuition is say, hey, believe them, trust them. You're like, no, I'm not gonna. I don't know who this is. Who this is. There's a lot of confusion here. And the confusion is because somebody is deeply emotional. So technically there is no confusion, right? Like as an example, if you're at the ocean bottom and you're looking straight ahead, number one, God bless you because it's dark as fuck down there, right? So angels are saying for that reason alone, whatever it is Scorpio thinks they're seeing is unclear like a mug, right? And the Seven of Cups just proves that. The Seven of Cups is delusion, illusion, wishful thinking, making things up. Seven of Cups is also my in love card. So to an extent, somebody could be so deeply in love that they can't see the truth. Now all of a sudden their spidey senses or, issues from the past are being dug up. Thank you, fucking Mercury. Right? Now the issue, something is being dug up that is very deep. And now whomever these emotions are that are coming up to the surface, they're looking through these emotions at the world through some sort of distorted, old ass, outdated emotions. And they're trying to depict the world through these old, outdated, archaic emotions. Give you an example. All pit bulls are mean, right? Because back in the day when Michael Vick or ba-ba-da-ba and ding-da-da-ding. And if you turn on social media today and you look up a pit bull, you're going to see a house hippo. That's what they call them. Or I forget the baby seals, right? They're the most loving creatures on the planet. I promise you, I have one. Right? She's a bit of an asshole. She's a lot like me. She has asshole tendencies, right? But they're the sweetest, most clingiest dog ever. Okay? Just an example about an old and outdated emotion. Not old and outdated belief, old and outdated emotion. Make sense? All right. Oh, personal readings are still open until November 21st. Link is in the description. And thank you to everybody who actually booked the appointment on their birthday. I thought that was so freaking cool. I think I was more excited than they were. I was like, hey! All right, anyway. Nine of Pentacles, that's abundance. That's prestige and prominence. And to me, the King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Moon card kind of says that if you don't give in to what lies your head is telling your heart, if you don't give in to that, I feel like you're going to be handsomely rewarded. Oof, Emperor. So I got the Empress and the Emperor. Okay, so this to me has everything to do with divine balance. Yeah, I don't want to do the psychology thing, angels. They was like, Mama and Daddy? I was like, no. We're skipping the psychological portion of this reading today. So I have the Ace of Cups twice. My angels just said, first you got to fall back in love with you. Then you got to fall back in love with them. Whatever them is. It could be life. It could be travel. It could be yoga, right? First you got to fall in love with you. Then you got to fall in love with them. So I got the High Priestess and the Magician. So by the way, Scorpio, come in. Come closer. Are your manifestations stalling, right? You try to ask for something and you feel like the universe is giving you the middle finger. Yeah, that's you. Okay, you know why? Because you're being too resistant. Either your expectations are sky high, right? It's going to come in how I want it to come in. Yeah, I'm not ready for it. Send it in February, right? In other words, you're holding on too tightly. You're too attached to the outcome. Okay. So if you feel like your manifestations has been stalling, it's because you're too attached to the outcome. Breathe, chill out, go kick a rock down a hill. Okay. I'm just saying. Four of Cups, Seven of Cups. That makes sense. This to me is the dopamine rush. Right? You're too emotional or numb. That sounds like a Scorpio, by the way. Yeah, it does. Either I like you a lot or you don't exist. Scorpio is no middle ground. Eight of Cups. Yeah. So I love the Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune because that kind of says that you have to let go of old ways and old things that are holding you back. Oh, My angel said, like, for some of y'all who keep them damn pair of underwears that you know are raggedy, throw them things away. But it's like, those are the first pair of underwear I bought when I moved out of my mom's house. I don't know. It's a good example. I bet everybody is paying attention at this time, right? It's a good example. The Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune kind of says, whatever these deep, and I mean deep, to some of you they could be repressed, but that's psychological and we said we wouldn't do that. But whatever these deep emotions are, the universe is like, blow a fucking bubble, right? As in, when you go down further, deeper in water, you do have to release air so your lungs don't basically poison themselves or implode, right? And especially when you're coming up from deep water, you definitely have to decompress. So for some of you, it kind of feels like you've been in your feelings for some time now. Yeah. And I do kind of feel like when you come back to dry land, the universe is going to be like, hey, let's throw Scorpio a parade. Whoever this is who's back, hey, where you been, girl, fella? I'm going to say this for my Scorpios who are in relationships. I feel like saying to you very strongly, you can do no wrong if love is at the forefront of your relationship. It has to be mutual, right? Love can't be the forefront for this person and this person's like, love? What love, right? You have to both mutually put love at the forefront, meaning no matter what, I'm going to try to love you, right? When you piss me off and you eat the last donut, I'm going to try to love you, Carl. I know, because life be lifing, right? I mean, that's one of the biggest grievances angels have with humans. It's like, these fucking humans, they act like they don't know who they are. And we as humans, it's like, yo, you see all this fucking matter around me? You see these fingers and lips and heart and brain? I gotta work through all of that stuff to get to my spirituality. But angels sometimes look at us like the kids on a short yellow bus. Because it's like, what are they doing? They're one of us. And if you think about angels, some of them don't incarnate. Some of them don't have human lifetimes. You see what I mean? So they just don't know. And they look at us like, what are you doing? Or maybe those are just my angels. Anyway, I do kind of feel like somebody definitely does need therapy, although I'm not talking about psychological stuff here. Three of Pentacles for me sometimes is therapy, and especially when it comes to the Eight of Swords. Angels also said too, the Eight of Swords is being trapped in a perspective, like closed-minded, having tunnel vision, only seeing things your way. And the Three of Pentacles kind of feels to me like a group dynamic, right? A group benefit, open-mindedness, a different perspective, a third party advice or information or guidance, right? So as an example, my mama said I can't go to the party. Well, my daddy said I can go to the party. God, what do you think? Should I go or should I stay home? Right? So God, to an extent, would be that third party. And I do kind of feel like absolutely here, I'm getting chills up my neck. There was some sort of, I don't know if it was divine. I really feel like it was divine, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of divine intervention that helps to crack you not only out of your head, but cracking you out of your head and opening your heart. I hope that makes sense. This is an odd combination, the Empress and the Devil and the Ten of Cups. Instead of this being ending, however, I kind of do feel like it's a beginning, but only because the Ten of Cups is here. I got the Ace of Cups here. I have the Ten of Cups here. So I kind of feel like somebody is being released from this Eight of Swords. And these strongholds are coming down. These guards, these barriers, these ridiculous, and I'm talking fucking ridiculous standards or expectations, they're coming down. Okay? If you don't know that if you don't know what should come down, my angels are saying, listen to your intuition, because I kind of feel like there's some work that you have to do on yourself. And angels are saying, if for nothing else, to start attracting again, for some of you, especially attracting love, right? If you are a divine masculine and you think that all women are crazy or all demographic is crazy, right? Well, we see why you fucking single, right? So this reading would basically be saying, hey, you got to do away with that stupid fucking stereotype so you can meet some real person. All right. I almost got triggered, but I'm okay now. So how many Wheel of Fortunes do I have? 2, 1 here and 1 here, right? The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. It's the flow. This goes around, comes around, goes around, comes around. 7 and 4 is 11. That breaks down to 2. 2 represent a couple. Have a couple here. Divine mama, divine daddy. Angel said you also have some illustrious cups there too. I have the Ace of Cups twice. I have the 10 of Cups here. I have the Page of Cups here. I'll even accept the 7 of Cups. And if you look at the Temperance, she's holding 2 cups. So I kind of feel like there's a strong message here that kind of says, blending, right? Whether it's your heart and your head, whether it's your mama and your daddy, whether it's you and your lover, you work much better together than you do apart. I'm also hearing put love in front of you, right? So as an example, you could have met somebody and everything was going good, and then you guys committed to each other and you became exclusive, but you still thinking that they're exhibiting single behavior. So now you're suspicious as to whether or not they still messing around with people behind your back. Angels are saying, baby, that ain't yours. That's from your past. So do away with that shitty thinking and get in the present, get in the moment. I love that. Right? Because at the end of the day, I really do. I just heard too from the Wheel of Fortune card twice. I just heard that life is happening, right? Life is short. Time is passing. You know what I mean? So my angels are showing me, so how much longer are you going to stay on that wheel, stuck in that position, right? Why don't you shift? You know what I mean? Shift, right? Ride the fuck out of that wave instead of just staying stuck. And then wondering why your life is not whatever, ... It's not, I don't have no friends. I don't travel. My cat don't even like me, right? Like, all right, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm going to try and wrap it up. 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and 8 of Cups. That's happily ever after right there, right? Angels say go back to Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups. So I kind of feel like there's some sort of imbalance. Either you're all the way in, you're all the way out. Sounds like a Scorpio to me. Right? But 7 and 4 is 11. There is no equal divider, right? Because you could divide 11 into 2, right? It's 5.5. 5.5 plus 5.5, right? Angels are saying no, but this dynamic, I don't know who this is between, Scorpio, you and a lover, you and a friend, you and a coworker. There's an imbalance here. There's a 70-40 ratio, right? And if y'all math is like my math, yeah, 70-40 is 110. All right. So it's beautiful. Say, for instance, if 110 is a goal, but who's given 70, who's given 40? Y'all both should be at 55.5. All right. There's some math. All right. My math is fucking mathing. Hell yeah. All right. Moving on. Now I can move on to the 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups, let's talk about the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about walking away from dry cups. Walking away from what doesn't emotionally serve you, okay? I feel like the dry emotions of your past, 8, right, the things you tell yourself about love, which is causing you to react, right? Or set boundaries or no, I believe in gender equality or gender roles in a relationship. Okay, cool. Well, do your fucking part at least. Ooh. I'm sorry. I just be going all in. I do. I just go all in, right? In other words, if you believe in 55 and a half and 55 and a half, bitch, don't judge me on what I'm doing with my 55 and a half. You worry about your 55 and a half and make sure you're at the middle when I get to the goddamn middle, right? And I never say G-O-D damn. I say G-O-T. I know people would just be, oh my God. And I'm like, and you charge me. All right. So I kind of feel like 8 and 8 cups. You're walking away from it. It's almost like you're balancing out emotionally, because I can evenly divide 2 into 8, right? 4 and 4. Well, there's the 4 cups. So it's almost like you both are numb. You both are separated. You both are kind of feeling exhausted, turned off. But it's probably because you don't know where the fucking middle is. Okay, I'm going to go. So temperance, that's the fucking middle. That's the middle. And in the middle, there's got to be love. Maybe a fish, but definitely love. Going forward, everybody's got to get something. Okay? That's what my angels are saying, Scorpio. I don't care what this dynamic is. I don't care what this experience is. Whomever, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you get something and they get something. And somebody else gets something. It kind of feels like the universe is saying, hey, keep the motherfucking balance. As in, things have to be balanced, right? You can't be out of balance emotionally and then expect somebody to show up emotionally because you soaking up all the emotions. All right. I'm going. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Nothing is yet set in stone, and I feel like that's because things are still in progress. I feel like agreements are still being made, right? As in, again, don't worry about my 55 and a half. I got this, right? I'll give you 62, but I'm not, right? If 55 and a half is what we agreed on, I got it, right? Stay in your lane. You worry about maintaining your motherfucking 55 and a half. You know what I mean? And then when we get good at maintaining 55 and a half, then maybe sometime, a couple of months, we may want to bump it up to 62. I'm just saying. I know. I don't know who this message is for, but my angels just said, and be careful because your kids are watching. So children are little recorders, right? When they grow up, they just record the parental dynamic that's around them. So if it's a 70-40, 60-30, 120-0, then you're going to imprint that ratio on that child. So, and they may be the child who's actually dealing with, they're given 120 and they're dealing with someone who gives 0. So I don't know who that message was for, but angel said, and be careful what impression you're leaving on your children. Take time and breathe out. So nothing is yet set in stone. Take time to breathe out. So I kind of feel like there's some calibrating that's needing. There's some marinating that's needed. So figure it out. Look, and it's time to so what you want me to do, Zeus? First you tell me to take time to breathe out. Now you're telling me to take action. And that's basically saying don't take too long. Because Scorpio, you know, like Cedric the Entertainer said in the original Kings of Comedy, when certain people go on break, they break. Right? I know he didn't say certain people, but I'm keeping it general. You and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, that's the kids. I don't know who that message was for, but they were just basically saying your kids are watching, right? The next generation is watching. Okay? So Scorpio, I'm going to leave it here. If it resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Happy birthday. I love you. I'm out. Bye.